still won at Golden State, the Raptors got the series.
Whoa.
If they can still win at Golden State,
Whoa.
they got the series.
Whoa. So you
I'm going to be bold and go out and say.
Whoa. So you saying if Toronto, Kawhi Leonard, and the crew can go to Oracle and still a game, they're going to become NBA champions.
Yeah.
Woo!
But when you think about it like this, all right, this team, the Raptors team, is put together better than the team that Kawhi was on in San Antonio when they was up. When they was up, I think he was up like 20-something points.
He was up 23 points He was up 23 points in the third quarter.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And this team is built better than that.
You sure?
They got So they both athletic. I mean, Siakam can get his own points.
Mm-hmm.
Gasol can get his own points.
Okay.
Ibaka is a defensive rebound hustle person to where Kawhi don't have to do all that himself, so is Siakam.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Lowry is the only question mark, but he'll show up a game, he won't show up another game.
Correct.
But the style of play that they are, if they can keep Golden State to half court, it's gonna be trouble. It's gonna be more trouble than what they're ready for.
Maybe what they bargained for.
Right. Simply because KD not playing the first two games.
That's true. And Boogie's coming back, which means Golden State may depend on how many minutes they're trying to give Boogie Cousins. We both know that Boogie Cousins is not fit for the style of play that they played in the past 5 games that they won. Like Boogie Cousins is not the guy that runs the floor the way they've been running the floor. He kind of a half court kind of guy.
Yeah.
You know, he plays a lot of half court basketball.
And that messes up what they've been doing since KD been out.
Correct.
You know, so is Boogie gonna force his way? Like, is he gonna become the ball stopper, trying to get himself back in the group? Because he's gonna be a problem, but he's not gonna be 100% healthy. He's gonna be out of shape.
Yeah. Not gonna be a basketball shape.
They whole style changes.
Right? Not gonna be Now Scoot says this. He said, Big Hen out here tripping. The Warriors are the best half court team in the NBA. Making them play half court would get the Raptors swept.
What is that boy smoking?
Uh-oh, shots fired.
What is that boy smoking?
Shots fired, I'm just saying.
What is JJ smoking? Man, don't be a prisoner of the 2K. These boys are the number one, I want to say running gun, but you know, they're the number one fan.
Hold on, Coach.
20 seconds left on the shot cut. Hell, it's only 25 seconds that starts on it.
Right.
They might get into a set, but the shot is up and go with 20 seconds left on the clock. That's still fast pace. It's not a traditional half court offense. When I say half court offense, I mean you gotta get a shot. You know what I'm saying? You get the shot off in 10, 12 seconds.
Right.
10, 12 seconds left on the clock.
Hey, Scoot, man, listen. If you're there, Scoot, listen, man, call in. The number's 563-999-1808. Listen, I want him on the line. But I'm following you, Coach Chen. I'm following. Right now, I've been wrong about the Bucks. So I got to listen to what your take is, you know? The team I picked ain't here.
Here's the thing. Now, Golden State got the edge in one-on-one scoring and overall team ability to score. But here's the thing. They take a lot of shots, yeah. They take a lot of three-point shots, yeah. Most of the time, they make them more than they miss them.
Right.
But if it comes to a game where, like, and we've seen it before, where Clay's off or Steph's off, and trying to wait till the fourth quarter or second quarter, or the second half to get going. If it comes down to a rebounding situation, well, they only got one elite rebounder, Draymond Green.
Right.
The other side got 4. It's the only one who don't rebound good is Kyle Lowry. Everybody else rebounds.
If you look at Danny Green and he can rebound, we already know what we have Kawhi Leonard, he can rebound. Serge can rebound. Siakam can rebound. Marcus Gasol can rebound. So they do have some players. I mean, Norman Powell could get you a few boards every now and then there. You know what I mean?
And he's an energy player.
He's an energy player, right.
Here's the thing that I don't think nobody's giving credit for. Toronto got the home court advantage.
They're at home, game 1 tonight. Toronto. It's in the 6, man. It's up in the north. It's in the north.
No Golden State champion, since they've been in the championship, they've always had home court advantage.
They all started at home. This is the first time in the 5 years they've been in the consecutive in the NBA Finals. They're starting on the road. Now I want to read what P.J. Brown says. P.J. Brown says that I think Boogie plays very limited minutes, playing half-court plays into the Raptors' game plan. They want to keep them from running and gunning. Boogie should see his most minutes when Steph or Clay is getting a rush so he can focus on getting on them. I'll probably agree with PJ, when it comes down to Boogie Cousins in the minutes of Boogie Cousins. I probably definitely would agree there 100%. I definitely would agree. I think Boogie needs to, come off the bench. He needs to get about 5, maybe 6 minutes in the half and kind of see where he can get in, where he can fit in when it comes to this team. This team is playing at a certain pace since he's been out since the first round. So rushing him back into the lineup would affect a lot of different things from the Golden State Warriors. I definitely would say that can play in Toronto Raptors' hands.
That, and then what Boogie are we going to get? See, that's the thing. If you get the Boogie from the Sacramento Kings, it's over with. It's swept. I'm talking about the Boogie that's going to stay in the post. Every now and then come to the three-point line, but the Boogie that's going to stay on the block and do crazy is a wrap. Can't nobody in the league stop him right there. But if he becomes the new Boogie, I won't put too much pressure on this Achilles and all that stuff. I won't, I got hurt to Achilles last year, hurt my hamstring this year. I'm going to stay out to this three-point line. Then you lost. That's a 7-footer that's trying to be a three-point shooter, and that's a rebounder that's gone. Because when he on the block, he's an elite rebounder. But that changes the whole. That changes every dynamic depending on what Boogie we get.
Right. Now, hold on, Coach Chen. Hold on. And the producer's telling me we got a call on the line. Caller, are you there?
You know I'm here, Big Fred. You know I'm here. Oh! You told me to call, Fred.
Oh!
You know we go back like soccer caps and waves. Like,
facts. These are the facts. Listen, man. So what's your rebuttal?
Hey, you know I love you, bro. But you're dead wrong, man. Look at here. Golden State. I watch these boys religiously. Steph, my favorite player. So I watch these boys religiously. When they go to half court, if you notice, they do nothing but picks, back screens. Clay and Steph don't get tired. They will run circles around you in the half court. And then you have somebody like a Draymond. Draymond is essentially their point forward. So while they're doing back screens, they're doing picks. Have you ever noticed when the Golden State Warriors play half court, people are so busy worried about Steph and Clay coming off these picks, it leaves the paint wide open. You got Draymond. They've thrown it down low to Looney or McKinney or Iguodala. Putting these boys in half court, I'm telling you, man, it'll straight up get the Raptors swept. They have to run, and especially with Boogie coming back, they're going to have to make him run because you don't know what Boogie like. Boogie coming off that quad injury, so you got to make him run. So their best bet for the Raptors is going to make them run, try to make Boogie, make him run. They have to do that because you put him in a half court, they don't have nobody to help out with these picks with Steph and Clay, and them boys going to get ate up all night.
Ooh.
Now, here's my rebuttal to that. All right? They played twice in the season. The first time they played, they did.
Continue, you there?
The Raptors won both of those.
Right.
And what did they do? They forced them into a half-court game. Now, when Boogie was on the court, they made Boogie run. But when he was off the court, they forced him in the half-court game. Why? Because they have that rare ability of having three guys, it's Siaka, Kawhi, and Ibaka, who are shot blockers, are good on-the-ball defenders, and are long enough to where they jump over a pick. Every time that Draymond set a pick in the regular season against them, only 3 of the shots went in, and that's in 2 games. Most of them was either deflected, like real deal block, or they did the little jump, like act like they're about to shoot it and try to skip it across. They have problems defensively. And here's the thing. It's kind of like the old Memphis Grizzlies. They kind of grit and grind, but they got an elite scorer on the wing in Kawhi.
Right. Big facts.
Right. And here's the thing. Who are you going to put to defend him, and who are you going to put to defend Siakam? Clay can only cover one.
I got you. Wait, hear me out. The Spurs, think about this. Steve Kerr learned under Popovich. Who's the best half-court team? One of the best half-court teams ever. It's the Spurs. This is where Steve Kerr is getting all his knowledge from. Now, the difference is, me personally, I think Kevin Durant, I think KD towards Achilles. I just think they're just not saying it. I don't even think he's playing in the finals. Now, when KD was on the court, yeah, it made them a better team, quote unquote. I would say this: KD made them a better team, but they are a better overall team, quote unquote, without him. Because when KD's on the court, they do a lot of ISO. Yeah, they have ball movement here and there, but it's a lot of ISO. Ask the Rockets how that turned out when KD went down and Steph Curry and Steve Kerr had to actually go back to coaching. Ask them how that turned out. Ask the Blazers how that turned out with KD not being on the court, and you made Steve Kerr get back to coaching, and now they running screens, blew them boys out the water. I'm telling you, me personally, I don't think KD coming back. KD not coming back, me personally, and that's why I say this is gonna be a better half-court team, because now it's not that ISO ball where you give KD the ball, you say, all right, kind of go to work,
right?
But we'll kind of chip in here and there,
right?
But go to work though.
But here's the thing. Let's be honest. How many times have we seen Steve Kerr call a set play?
No, he don't really call a set play. That's a motion offense they got down there.
Yeah, it's a motion offense. It's not really set plays though.
It's not set plays.
And y'all know me. Y'all know I'm a coach, and I say coaching eliminates a lot of things, even with talent.
Right.
But this is not an elite coaching matchup. Well, and if you want to give the coaching matchup a little chance, hey, you got to give the hand up to Toronto in this situation. And this is the reason why I say that. Kawhi and DeMar DeRozan it was a 1-1 trade. It's still the East. Casey was getting swept. All you did was add Kawhi. They couldn't step. DeRozan was still getting buckets. DeRozan was getting like 30 points against the Cavaliers, and they couldn't get one game. This guy found a way to eliminate the Greek Freak, who was unstoppable the whole year.
Facts.
I'm not saying you gotta eliminate all 3 scores, but if you do something like this, what if he says, "Look, Clay is not going to be the number 2. I'm going to make Draymond the number 2." You do that, and you force Draymond to do something that he's the ultimate glue guy. But when you say, "Look, Draymond, I need you to get 27, I need you to get 30, he is uncomfortable in that role.
That's not his game.
Yeah, he more want to let me bring the ball up court, let me dish it, let me kick it to somebody. Cause look, it's good to have it's easy to have a whole bunch of assists when you got KD, Steph, and Clay out there. But now you just got Steph and KD. You got Steph and Clay, and let's say Clay is covered by Kawhi, you gonna try to force the ball to Steph. Well, if Steph is getting picked up on the pick and roll, the next option is back to Draymond. And if they say, look, you're going to have to do something that you haven't done your whole career, is score on the elite level, it's going to be tough.
But again,
I think the problem is they can't make. I don't think they're going to make Draymond score, because the problem is with Draymond is so versatile. Even if he has that rare ability to make a three here and there when it counts, but not necessarily on a consistent basis.
Correct.
So it's kind of like so you can take Clay, you can put Kawhi on Clay, and you can take Clay completely out the game, right? But if you take Steph and you put him in a pick and roll, he either gonna blow past Lowry, or if they do try to switch on the pick and you put Siakam in front of him, hey, that's barbecue chicken all day. So you got to pick your poison. So it's either you take Clay out or you take Steph out. But then the problem is, Clay or Steph is never going to be off the court at the same time.
Right, that's true.
So they're never going to be off the court at the same time. And so even if that's the case, you still got Iggy that's coming off the bench possibly. So it's kind of like you're never going to have a non-elite shooter not on the floor, and that's the problem.
But see, the thing is, Iggy's not an elite shooter. Iggy is the next version of an older version of Draymond Green. He's never been the shooter type. He'll make shots, but he's not the shooter type.
Right.
He's not.
But what happens if? All right, remember the Cavaliers was down to this team 3-1 and won the NBA Finals. What happens if they do what Tyronn Lue did and say, all right, we know Clay can't cover Kyrie, so they putting Clay on him instead of Steph. But on the defensive side, Steph is a liability. So what if we put him in pick and roll situations with Kawhi and Siakam all night?
But the difference is with that series with 3-1. The difference is that 3-1 series, but a lot of people don't know. A lot of people just say 3-1 and totally forget that the reason why the Golden State Warriors lost their finals was not because Draymond Green. Guess what? It was because of Andrew Bogut, because they took a big man out of the middle and they kept driving it into the paint. That's the reason why they lost.
Right, but it started from the perimeter with the pick and roll game. That's why that would force him to go small ball. So what happens if you do that and you have somebody like Ibaka playing your five and you bring Norman Powell off the bench who can knock down threes, who's a hustle player and can defend? What you do in that situation?
Because at this point, Andrew Bogut is a grandpa at this age. Man, Andrew Bogut grandpa right now.
Right.
But the problem is they got Kevin Looney. And Kevin Looney has that ability to kind of play that perimeter and kind of play that. He's kind of, I look at him as like a power forward center. Like he could kind of play both.
He could kind of play both.
If you put him in the right situation.
But I think one of the biggest things that all of us are missing is that when you start looking at the games that Steph Curry had trouble defending, you look at the teams that had a scoring point guard. Like when you look at when the Cavaliers, had Kyrie Irving, when guys like Steph Curry had trouble because you couldn't hide him then. Because you had a scoring point guard, so they would pick and roll and put Steph back on Kyrie. Or when they played Houston back like last year, they'll pick and roll and put, Chris Paul, back on Steph Curry. In this series, I don't see Kyle Lowry as that type of threat from a pick and roll situation that's going to expose Stephen Curry defensively. So it's still going to let him be what he needs to be for that team because he's not going against an attacking point guard.
But don't forget that Kyle Lowry was an all-star in the West, and he was a scorer. He's been blessed with having a elite running mate since he's been in Toronto.
Yeah, we both know Kyle Lowry is 2 sausage biscuits overweight.
Yeah, but he's one of those guys. He's the player that everybody hates in the fact that he can go 0 for 20 in one strip and then go 5 for 5 and all 5 threes. He'll heat up real quick, but he just don't take the shot because he's so used to deferring to the Rosen in the past and now Kawhi.
Kawhi Leonard. I'm just saying he's not the guy that put pressure. He doesn't put pressure like the other guys they had to face.
I'm just saying, who's been playing better? The Raptors been playing better, and they're at home. They're gonna have the crowd. This is something Toronto never experienced before. And guess what? Since like I said earlier, since the Warriors have been on their little run, they've never been the road team in the finals round the back. They always had that crowd going with them at Arco.
Right.
Blow out a team and then come and then try to steal a game away. Now you got to steal a game away right off the bat.
Yeah, you starting off on the road versus at home. Yeah, that's one of the things they never had to face.
And this is something that they never been in.
Right. Starting off on the road.
It's not something they never been there, but I say this though. You got the Raptors that's never been to the finals. Except for outside of Kawhi.
Facts.
But Golden State, but they're like, hey man, this everyday, this is an everyday game right here. This is what we do. So they use the rest. They know how to play through rest. They know how to play through a hostile crowd. They know this is nothing to them. The Raptors just can't get too excited.
But here's the thing. Kawhi, but you said the key thing. The person that's been there has also been there under the best coach ever. Well, the second best coach ever in Pop.
Right.
So you best believe, like, this whole run, they've been. We see it. Kawhi do something that he's never done in his career, being the number one guy and being the number one defender, and still deliver.
Carry the load. Carry the load.
See that. So this is going. That's why I think, like, yeah, it's easy to say the Warriors gonna win this. They ain't got the Raptors ain't got a shot at hell because on paper, the Warriors is not even close.
The Warriors got better.
We all know that the game has to be played.
Correct. You know.
No doubt.
Because the Warriors has always been in every trial that they've been in, they've always been a better team on paper. But here's the biggest thing that they don't have that they used to always have. It's that bench used to be elite. That bench ain't elite no more. You bring in you got two people. You got two people that you really count off that's coming off the bench. You got to think even a first final run. People like Ian Clark, who's a starter now in the league.
Yeah, you had Leandro Barbosa. You had Marquis State.
You know what I'm saying?
Zila. You know what I mean?
Zealy, Harrison Barnes. These are people that were coming off the bench for them. Now you look at that and say, all right, Looney, I give you Looney. You don't know. We don't know what the Cousins we gonna get. Right. So that's a question mark.
You don't know if Quentin Cook gonna play.
And Iggy is still Iggy gonna give you what he got, but that's what this dude made the Finals MVP when somebody is scoring 30 points on him a game. He's getting a triple double. He's not he's gonna make splash plays here and there. To me, what Iggy is now, he's Tayshaun Prince. You can count on him for a couple of days, but if you really banking on him to be an elite changer, no, you're gonna lose.
Oh yeah, because you got him, you got Livingston that's older, you got Quinn Cook, you got McKinney. So they got younger dudes on top of these old vets. Correct. Me personally, I think honestly this may be Golden State's last run, possibly at the title with this free agency coming up. Well, so I think they got to go all in.
This is it because they lose to KD. They lose to KD. They lose to DeMarcus Cousins, and you're gonna have to pay Steph and Clay and Draymond in the year. Somebody ain't gonna make it.
Well,
somebody ain't gonna make it. the Portland Trailblazers. All right, look, that was the best situation for them because even with KD gone, nobody on the team is better than Clay. Nobody else on the team is better than Steph. And they was up, and they just couldn't close the game. I mean, hell, it took them. You got to think. That's the same Toronto. I mean, that's the same Trailblazers core that used to get bounced out in the first round.
Yeah,
they made it far. They all that was brand new to them.
Well,
at least Ibaka played in the finals.
Right.
Kawhi has played in 2-1-1.
Right.
Marc Gasol has played in a Western Conference final. Kyle Lowry has played in a couple of Eastern Conference finals and now played in his first final. Norman Powell the same way. I mean, to me, this is what. If this is me, and this is how this feel, I feel like the Warriors was rooting for the Bucks, and when the Toronto won, they was like, "Fuck."
Now,
because they lose. You got to fight. You facing an elite wing who's a two-way player.
Now, I want to read this comment. Derek Ross says this: if they leave Draymond wide open, and he can take a bounce step and shoot into the shot, he will knock it down, but he won't shoot that shot because, again, there is so much movement in the offense and there are too many options. This is not the regular season. Toronto has never been here. They will get swept. And that's for Derek Ross.
Get swept.
Say they're going to get swept. I don't believe that.
I give it 5.
I give Toronto 2 games.
I'm telling y'all, man, if Toronto steals a game in Oracle, it puts the Warriors in a situation that they've never been before. Let's play devil advocate. Let's say the series is 1-1 going back to Golden State. Let's say after that it's 1-1 again. So now it's 2-2.
2 out of 3. And 2 and
no matter 2 out of 3 is in Toronto. And then here's the thing too. Travel is going to be an issue because this is not like from Cleveland from Cleveland to LA was a nonstop flight.
Right.
You talking about 14-hour flight with a layover because the team jet will have to lay down, fill up again to get back to LA.
And get through customs.
Yeah.
And do all that stuff after a physical game, because that's what Toronto plays, a physical brand of basketball. Then wake up early the next day to go do treatment, shoot arounds, practice, and all that stuff. Then have to turn right back around and play the same physical brand of basketball. See, that's the one thing I think people are overlooking. They had to play the physical team this whole playoff run. Everybody's been 3-point finesse.
Now, P.J. Brown says this: each team is giving up something. The person who takes advantage of the mismatch or situation is the most to win the series. I would say this: I think the part that when you're looking at from top to bottom, obviously we know Golden State has the better team. We talking about from top to bottom. We talking about a healthy. If the KD comes back healthy, got a healthy KD, Steph, Clay, Draymond, Iguodala, DeMarcus Cousins not coming back. Kawhi Leonard is probably to me the best player on the floor. And then after that, it's a big dip because Kyle Lowry is not better than any of the guys I just named. But here's where the problem comes in this series. You got Draymond, you got DeMarcus Cousins, who's coming back from having played basketball in a month and a half with the quad injury. You got to put him back into the line and try to figure out chemistry in there. If KD does come back in a Game 3 situation, you don't know if the Warriors are up, 2-0. If the Warriors are 1-1, and you're trying to put another situation into which, to me, KD is obviously their best player, but it's another situation in there. It could be so much trying to go on to try to do this in the NBA Finals, because you got to understand this Golden State Warrior team has not played without these guys for the past 3 weeks. It's too much to me. That could be a big situation for the Warriors trying to put 2 All-Star players back into a situation. But Toronto, that's who they are.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's who they've been.
Yeah, right.
And that's who they've been.
And that's who they've been. That's an advantage to me to Toronto, because that's okay in the regular season to try to put guys back in where they fit in. You got a couple of games to figure some things out, but in the finals, it's the best out of 7. And like you said, Coach Hen, they're starting off on the road for the first time in the first 5 years. That could be a problem for the Golden State Warriors in this series. This is why I think I see Toronto winning 2 games, and if not, that's why I got Toronto winning 2 games, because you got to try to figure out, because you can't tell KD if he's healthy to play the game than not to play. That guy, you can't do that. You can't do that. So you got to figure out how to put him back in the situation. That's going to be tough.
And then here's another thing. If Steve Kerr was like Popovich, where he was like, look, all right, look, KD, you healthy, but look, you're not starting, you're coming off the bench, and this is what it's going to be. When Popovich says law.
Yeah, correct.
And everybody knows it's in the NBA. There's only few coaches in the history that could do that. As far as the NFL, you got plenty of coaches that can fall in that line.
Correct.
But Steve Kerr, we say it time and time again, he's that I don't want to poke the bear coach. He's a player's coach.
He's a player coach.
So if KD come up to a coach, I'm good. He going in. And he might be 60%.
Exactly.
That's gonna hurt them. One, and then here's the thing. Like I was saying earlier, the Golden State Warriors has only played finesse teams so far.
Correct.
But you got the Raptors who played a running gun team with super athletic people in the Magic. They play probably the best front court in the NBA in Philly.
In Philly.
And you stop probably potentially the NBA MVP.
In Giannis. They're battle tested.
You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing. So if they come out and say, look, we gonna play physical basketball. Because look, and we've seen this before. We've seen this before in the finals plenty times. Okay? Y'all know my favorite player is Shaq. On paper, the Lakers was the best team probably since the 93 Bulls.
Right.
And you try to tell me Chauncey Billups, Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace, Rip Hamilton, Trae Prince to beat the shit out of that team? It wasn't because they was more talented. Nah, they beat them up. They beat them up and down the court on offense and defense. The Mavericks against the Heat. Well, if I can tell you they're the best 3 players on the court, you ain't named one Mavericks player yet until you get to number 4. And you got people like J.J. Barea, Deshaun Stevenson, Sean Merriman, Tyson Chandler, who just beat them up. And then you had a spark plug and Jason Terry coming off the bench, he was the net, just aggravating the mess out of him. Then the Cavaliers against look, on paper the Warriors was better than them. But you trying to tell me I got 2 people and we just gonna play pick and roll and we just gonna make Steph guard either Kyrie, who's faster than him, and he can't stay in front of, or LeBron, who's bigger than him, is gonna run through him to the goal. The whole 3-game run. Eventually, look, when you're a jump shooter, and guys who play basketball know what I'm talking about. You're a jump shooter. Your legs is everything.
Right.
Well, if somebody being physical, your legs take all that. So you can't get up on your shot as much. There's been these jump shots as they take. Yeah. Everything in basketball requires jumping. Look, there's a reason why Steph was like 7 for 20-something in Game 7. Clay was like 10 for 30-something.
It takes out. He goes in slumps.
And who has to be the scorer for to keep him in the game? It had to be Draymond. But like we said earlier, he's not comfortable with that. They was leaving him open. And yeah, he'll still pass and take the 3.
Right. He's still passing the ball wide open.
He'll dribble. He'll take 2 steps into the lanes. Nobody's still by him, and then he look to pass. Or just like, man, I gotta shoot. He'll make it, but he uncomfortable doing it. Mm-hmm. Can he do it consistently? And he's just programmed to get the ball out my hand. Get the ball out my hand. It's gonna go to somebody else.
Right, that's true. I give you that big hit. But I still got Warriors in 5 though. Whew. Warriors in 5 for me.
So, to me, it's so much that Golden State has going on. To me, if this is the way they was coming into the finals with a healthy, if they had a healthy DeMarcus Cousins, a healthy KD, in the way they were playing, was the way they was going to the finals, I get it. But when you insert DeMarcus Cousins and not know what he's gonna give you, you didn't even know what kind of DeMarcus you're gonna get. And then you got to ask yourself, to me, because the Warriors been playing at a very high tempo pace, and that's the reason I think KD is really out, because you can't ask that calf that he has to play at the pace that they've been playing at. So that's the reason why I think he's still out. And when he does get back, and if he is able to play, figuring out how many minutes you give this guy and figure out what's the rotation, how many touches he's going to get, that's a lot to ask of a coach in the NBA Finals, which I think, again, Steve Kerr, you've been in the Finals 5 times. I think you should be able to figure it out. Obviously, Nick Nurse is a rookie head coach, rookie time in the NBA Finals. But again, the Toronto Raptors, the way they came into the finals is who they are. They have the identity coming into the finals. The Golden State Warriors, they're going to have to figure out how they can play basketball by putting these two guys in the lineup. To me, advantage Toronto. That's why I get Toronto 2 games in the series. That's just me.
But all right, I'm gonna go way left field for this one, Fred. And this a reach. This that 5 of spades, and I got 7 of them, and I'm counting it as a book. It's a super push. But I'm gonna go back to the 03 Lakers, right?
Right.
We knew Shaq. That season.
Right.
What if they lose game 1, and I don't think it happened, let's say it's a bad loss.
Right.
And KD, first of all, he traveled. I don't understand why he traveled, but he traveled to and let's say he tried to do like a little pep talk thing, and we know Draymond is a hothead, and he say something like, man, because he just did it before. Man, you ain't 100% with us, man. You wait for free agents.
Right, you already
and that started a rip. And then everybody started, thinking about me, because we all human. Like, well, shit, you know what? If that's how you feel, fuck it, I'm going home. I got $200 million coming my way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What if everybody, what if DeMarcus Cousins said, well, look, I proved I came back from the Achilles injury. I'm not going to give it my all, but somebody's still going to give me a max deal.
Yeah. I see what you're saying, Coach. You thinking about niggas out there making business decisions.
Yeah, and then you got that.
Yeah.
And look, as a coach, as a former player, I'm telling you, what happens in the locker room translates onto the field, onto the court.
That's fact.
You bringing all that stuff, and you away. You not at home. You can't go to your favorite spot and say, look, let's hash this out. Blah, blah, blah. Right. You in the unknown city.
In a hotel.
You in a hotel. You got your own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got paparazzi, because it's the finals all over you.
That's it.
TMZ all over you.
Yeah.
Wait anything that can be leaked will be leaked. And look what happened. Because like I said, we seen this scenario before. And then remember, Coach Carlisle, when he was with the Mavericks, that was his first time ever in the finals. He beat a way better team.
But I would say the difference is that when Draymond put him on blast at the beginning of the season, and then they went through that losing streak, I would say the big key to all of that, Steph was out. But once Steph came back, I think Steph is the glue off the court, how Draymond is on the court.
Right.
So I think Steph is the dude off the court that can be like, hey man, look, we got to win 4 games.
Right.
Let's just come together, get these 4 games, and then after the season, look, shoot, everybody could do their separate thing. We can go about our business, whoop.
Right.
But I think Steph off the court is what keeps that team together. Because remember when he put them on blast, man, they went on the losing streak. The paparazzi everywhere. It was all over ESPN,
Right.
all over everywhere.
Right.
But when Steph came back, it was almost like a whole brand new team. When Steph came back, went on the winning streak, you never heard nothing about it again.
Well, because you got to also understand,
So-
the culture is built around Stephen Curry. So when that guy comes back
That's
into
true.
the locker room, he comes back into the organization, he has this free spirit, great guy, positive energy all the time. So when he comes back, it brings a certain energy because the culture of the organization is built around his personality. When that guy walks into off the court, inside the locker room, the personality is of Stephen Curry. Now on the court, it can be KD, Draymond Green, whoever it may need to be. But off the court, it is the personality of Stephen Curry. And that's what's going to make the game, that's what makes everything tick. That's where I think you're alluding to, Scoop, when you're looking at, man, look, when that guy gets back there, he is the culture for the team. I got to agree with you on that.
Yeah. But shit, man, let me go and get up out of here, man, because I've been talking to y'all boys all night, man.
That's what we're talking about, man.
We
We talking
get up
sports,
out of here, man. You know I love y'all
That's what we
boys,
do.
man. You all know what we
Appreciate
do.
the
All right,
love,
man.
baby.
I'm going to get up with y'all, man.
All right.
baby.
All right.
Look, listen, y'all. Listen, man. That's my man, Scoop, man. Look, I call him JJ. Look, he had
J, Banker A's, Marrero, you know how we get.
You know how we do it, man. Y'all know how we do it, man. Listen, so much to talk about the NBA Finals, man. We discussed so much about these NBA Finals. We discussed a lot, going into Game 1, man. There's a lot of situations going into Game 1 that we're looking at, man. A lot's got to happen, for Golden State to win. They coming in as a superior team, and they coming in on paper, when you're looking at how they played. But right now, all that don't matter. Game 1, the facts are, they never, in the 5 times they played in the NBA Finals, 5 consecutive times, they never started the game on the road. Coach Hen brought it up. These are the facts. They never started off with a road game. They got 2 road games. Some they're not used to. Some they're going to make them uncomfortable. 2, star players come back from injury. They never had that going into the NBA Finals. Something that's going to make this team a little uncomfortable because those star players hasn't come back. And 3, and I would like to say this for people who don't, I know they played LeBron James, who is, the best player on the planet. But let's just be honest. And LeBron James hurts any team so many different ways on the basketball court. But they never played a star player like this in Kawhi Leonard, as far as on the defensive end, being that great of a defensive player. They played him one time when he was in San Antonio, and again, he had them down 23 points. And I think that guy with the 1999-2000 braids and the 97 towel, he has a vendetta.
Yep.
That guy is out there to prove that what happened when he was in San Antonio, Game 1, was not a fluke. And I don't think he's not a media guy, Coach Hen. You don't see Kawhi Leonard out there trying to get popularity with the media. That's not really his strength. That guy has allowed his play to speak for himself, to be mentioned as some people may think one of the best players on the planet, at least top 3. Taking a team to the NBA Finals that's never been there after coming off the Western Conference Finals the last time he played the full season. So that guy's out to prove a lot of different things, to himself. Because that guy, the way he plays like, man, I'm the best guy. And if I'm on this team here, we got a shot to win the NBA Finals. I never did look at it from a position that you said, Coach. If they could sneak one in our court, Toronto could win this series. And if Toronto could win this series, think about that much. Think about the trade you made to trade DeMar DeRozan and take the risk, if you're Toronto, to trade DeMar DeRozan to fire Dwayne Casey.
Yeah, after he won the Coach of the Year.
After he won the Coach of the Year. To fire Dwayne Casey and to trade DeMar DeRozan. And some people thought DeMar DeRozan was his organization's best player ever. Not my opinion, but that's the opinion of some writers and people in media. To me, their best player to me was Chris Bosh. Even though they had Vince Carter, and even though they had Tracy McGrady, which to me, they're both a great player, but they didn't have the impact that Chris Bosh did. But some people believe DeMar DeRozan was their best player. To trade for a guy and get Kawhi Leonard in there.
But Chris Bosh never got him to the East Conference Finals.
Never got to the East Conference Finals. Right, he never did. But to me, he was their best skillful player. That made sense to me. Like, to me, he was their best skillful basketball player that Toronto had. To me. Not to say that he was their best. They got there with DeMar DeRozan. But to me, he was their best skillful basketball player. But we're talking about now making a risky trade. People talking about Kawhi Leonard is not going to resign in Toronto. He doesn't want to be up north. He wants to be in LA. That was the rumors. Making that risky trade of a deal. And to find out that, man, if you name me a team that could trade their best player and fire their head coach who won Coach of the Year and end up in the NBA Finals the next year. And possibly win it. Talk out a story.
I'm telling you, it's something real special that's going on because you hit the nail on the head. You're like, yeah, Kawhi's not a media guy. But Kawhi has done something this year that we never seen it back. Like all the way back to college when he was playing at San Diego State. You see him now show emotion.
Yeah.
And when you got a guy who's all about, look, I'm gonna let my play speak. I'm gonna give 110% every time I lace him up. But now I'm showing the emotion.
Right.
He dangerous.
Dangerous.
He dangerous.
Dangerous.
He did, and then that's on both. Like he's that rare guy that he can be off in he can have a bad shooting night, but he's still gonna play elite defense.
Yeah,
and can still keep the game close.
Yeah,
and look, and this is one thing that nobody's talking about. If it comes down to a clutch shot situation, I've seen Steph miss. I've seen Clay miss.
Yes.
I've seen Draymond not even take it. If we talking about this season and this season alone, I hadn't seen Kawhi miss a clutch shot. Whether it was a lucky bounce.
No matter. It went in, Coach N. Went in.
Whether it's a you get a team started on a run, you go out, your team carry the run, you come back in, the team start making a run back, and you make the three to ice it. You know, and I'm still defending your best player.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm still defending your best player, and I'm giving you 30.
Right.
I'm giving you 30. I'm defending your best player. Ain't too many people can say that.
No, not too many. Not only that, if you look at it this way, Coach N, if you just start looking at some of the history of Kawhi Leonard, you get to the NBA Finals the first time in San Antonio, right? You up Game 6. Kawhi Leonard misses a free throw. And then Manu Ginobili comes back to miss a free throw, which made that three-point shot even relevant that Ray Allen made to take it to a Game 7. If Kawhi Leonard makes a free throw and Manu Ginobili makes a free throw, then Miami don't get to Game 7. They lose that series. The Ray Allen 3 doesn't matter. The guy comes back the very next year as arguably the team's best player now and gets that team to the NBA Finals. And trust me, it's not even coming down to a Game 7. He is the MVP, and he puts it all on the stage. Now, the same guy now had the Golden State Warriors down 23 points in the third quarter when he was in San Antonio. But out there to prove to everybody, listen, I think I'm one of the best players. Letting this play speak for him. He has an injury about Zaza Pachulia, and he's not able to play anymore for that team. That guy on the biggest stage, it seems like if he had a chance at you and somehow he came up short. Now, I'm not saying that he came up short against Golden State 2 seasons ago, but he couldn't finish the season. He couldn't finish the series.
Right.
That guy feels like, man, I get another shot at you? At you?
Yeah.
At you?
And then here's the thing. Here's the thing I think nobody's really looking at. Yeah, even when he was the best player for San Antonio, that was still Tim Duncan. That was still,
True.
and then when it was Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Badu. Then you said Kawhi. You always say the
Kawhi
big
4.
three of Kawhi.
Correct.
The big three of Kawhi.
That's correct.
You always said that.
That's correct.
Now you got a team where you say Kawhi Leonard and who?
And who?
But the who has picked up his work ethic. You got to think, Siakam's been in the league 2-3 years.
2 years.
And he see how Kawhi came to work. He started working. Now the guy might win NBA Most Improved Player.
Facts.
You got somebody, Serge Ibaka, who's a former Defensive Player of the Year.
Facts.
Used to be a perennial stake on the All Defensive team, questionable for the All Pro team.
Right.
He comes back. He works with Kawhi. The guy's back on the All Defense team.
Facts.
his way of working. Look, I don't care about the media. I'm here. I'm gonna do business. I'm gonna work. Y'all follow me, and I don't have to say, "Hey, y'all follow me."
Right.
My work is gonna
speak.
You gotta keep up with me. You gotta keep up with me because you're trying to prove to me, and that's I think that's what's so special. You're trying to prove to me, because all of y'all here got multi-year deals.
Correct.
I don't. You're trying to prove to me why I should come back and keep and build on what we got going. So this is your job interview.
Job. Yeah.
Not only that, we had the best record in the NBA.
Right.
We got home court advantage in the finals. We beat this team with KD and Steph, without Steph, with KD and the rest of them. And I didn't even play when we beat them with the whole lineup.
Right.
The way I work is how y'all playing now. That's what make them dangerous.
Yeah.
You got Siaka, who they didn't even know where to put him at. They don't know where to put him at the 2, the 3. Well, you can't put him at the 3 because that's Kawhi's spot. Well, that means I can put Kawhi at the 2 and put him at the 3. He's long. He just shoot now. He doesn't shy away from grabbing the ball.
He's by far one of the most improved players in the NBA. By far.
Yes. And
we're not even talking about Fred VanVleet coming off the bench for them.
Exactly.
In buckets.
You know what I'm saying? You got the I can't think of the VanVleet. Who came out of nowhere. But guess what? He's been working with Kawhi. He understands, look, I can take this 3, not feel bad about it, because they gonna back me up. I'm a hustle. He's like Matthew Dellavedova was for the Cavaliers.
For Cleveland. But he's a better player because he could get you 20 points. He been getting solid buckets. Solid buckets for that team.
And see, that's the thing that I don't think nobody's giving them credit for. 20 points for the Warriors got to come from Steph and Clay.
Facts.
Well, if 20 points don't come from Clay, who are the other 20 got to come from?
It got to come from $1.
You don't know.
But you don't know. Yeah, it's still the mystery.
This team has shown in the playoffs. Look, Kawhi gave you 13, but Siakam has given you 30. VanVleet has given you 20-something, and Lowry has given you 13. Ibaka is giving you something, and Gasol is giving you something. Plus, you got Powell come on the bench. And then on the next game out, Kawhi gives you 45.
And they held the best player on the team under 20. That's a problem.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This team is doing it on both sides of the court.
Yeah, that's a problem.
When you think of defenders on the court for the Warriors, you only think of 2.
You think of Draymond and Clay.
You say Draymond and Clay, and then possibly Iggy. But see, when you think of defenders on the other side, Kawhi,
Siakam, Marcus Gasol, Serge Ibaka, Norman Powell.
Gasol is probably one of the best help side defenders, and then his IQ.
And then somebody else we didn't even mention, Coach Hen, Danny Green gets votes for defensive player.
I left him out on purpose. But here's the reason why. Because Danny Green is a 3D player. He's been a 3D player his whole career. So he's going to play good defense on Clay. So what happens if they try to do a pick and roll and it's Draymond Green? And Kawhi is covering Draymond Green, and you got Danny Green out there. Well, guess what? I'm not saying Danny Green's the best of the best, but I've seen him aggravate Kyrie, who has better handles than Steph.
Yeah, he can aggravate you. And not to mention if he's knocking down a few buckets.
I've seen him aggravate LeBron, and LeBron is bigger, stronger, faster than him.
Right.
Not to mention this young kid Siaka, who is long, and everybody who plays basketball can tell you they hate playing against a long person.
Yeah. They make you change the shot. They make you redirect.
And then you got somebody with the IQ of Marcus Gasol in the middle. I'm telling you, and I don't care. I could be wrong as hell, and I'm still gonna feel my way. That I think if Toronto get a game in Orlando, Toronto is the NBA champions.
Ooh, big time statement, Coach. Big time statement.
And I'm sticking by it. I'm sticking by it like girls sticking to tights this year.
So far, Coach, you've been accurate. I can't argue with you. You know, I argue when people are right. You know, I argue when they're wrong. You know, so far, you say Toronto make the finals in 6. Me and GSportz were saying Milwaukee can make it in 7. Obviously, we got egg on our face. You know, so going into the finals, I can't argue with you. I can't say no. Coach, you're tripping. I can't say that. You've been accurate so far. You've been nailing it down so far. I got to keep it going. If you think the Toronto Raptors can win a game in Orlando, they can win the series. To me, the Golden State Warriors got to be beat. To me, I haven't seen them beat since 2016 when they had Kyrie Irving and LeBron James. I got to see that again. I have not saw that. To me, I got the Golden State Warriors in 6. But like I said earlier, I think Toronto Raptors shock a lot of people out here on this big stage. I think everybody like Derrick Ross says, they go out here and they get swept. That's not the case. I think Toronto brings a lot to the equation after watching how they beat Milwaukee and how they beat Philadelphia, the adversity that they took at. To me, the Golden State Warriors are not playing at 100%. They're not playing top to bottom right now because too many players that have role players. To me, the way they got to the finals and the way they're going to play in the finals are not going to be identical because the guys that are coming back are not role players. Does that make sense? KD is an all-star. You know, DeMarcus Cousins is an all-star. So you got to figure out how to get these guys back into a rotation to fit what you're trying to do. And I think that's a lot to try to do in the NBA final situation. It's a lot to ask the coach for to do. When a team that's coming in is playing battle-tested, battle-ready, and everybody in their team, in their organization, know what their job is. They know what their role is. And they're playing at an elite level doing it. Because I told people, it doesn't matter how they played in the regular season. Right now, the regular season counts. The postseason matters. Noah Powell knows what his job is. Siakam knows what his job is. Marc Gasol knows what his job is. Kyle Lowry knows his job. They all know their role going into the finals. They all know who their best player is. That Golden State Warriors team got to try to figure out who their best player is in this finals. They got to try to figure out who could be their MVP. The Toronto Raptors know who their MVP going to be if they win this series. That makes sense?
Yep.
They know who their MVP going to be. They know that's going to be Kawhi Leonard. So Fred VanVleet going to know what his job is. Danny Green going to know what his job is. They go in knowing what everybody's role is going to be. Golden State got to try to figure out what the guy's role is going to be, which to me hurts them. It hurts them bad because you're not walking into the finals that way. You're not trying to plug one guy in. You're not just trying to plug Iguodala in, who's a role player who comes off the bench who always knows what his job is. You got to try to get KD back if he could come back in Game 3 and figure out what his role going to be with the team. That's a lot. With a team coming in, moving in here, probably at 1-1, because I think I got, which I didn't mention, I got Toronto winning tonight. That's a lot. Whew. It's going to be a great NBA final.
Tell you, man.
It's going to be a great NBA final.
This is the last thing I'm going to say about it. I think people are tired of the Warriors. They want Toronto to win, but they don't believe Toronto to win.
Agreed. I'm
looking at it from the other side. I think they give them more. And look, to me, this team gives them more problems than the LeBron team, simply because LeBron, you had to deal with LeBron IQ.
Correct.
But you know you knew he was going to either drive or kick it.
Correct.
But if you could weather the storm and make LeBron be the only scorer, you can win.
You can win.
In this case, if Kawhi just give you 13 points, they got other guys that's capable and not afraid of the moment now.
Right. That get buckets.
Of carrying the team from the offensive standpoint, and they still gonna play just as hard on defense, get rebounds, and play. And that's the thing, they will play to the last whistle. They play just as hard as if they up 30 or they down 30.
Right.
Because people forget that Milwaukee had a chance to go up to tie the series, and they was up 15 in the fourth quarter.
They lost.
And lost. Because here's the thing about basketball that's very different from football. The possession's constantly changing.
Yes.
Every shot matters.
Correct.
But every shot don't have to go in.
Correct.
They were missing. The Raptors missed a good shot, but they kept playing. Eventually, they only got 2 people that's scoring over there.
That's it.
That could be the same case in this series. You can only have 2 main scorers on the other side of the court, and if they not hitting, guess what Draymond gonna do? He gonna still keep giving them the ball.
Right.
He's still gonna be caught. They still gonna be running the motion screens and all that stuff. They still gonna be shooting.
I would say this,
but if you ain't getting no rebounds and the other team going the other way and then slowing it down, that makes that what your normal shot might have had like 1% pressure on it. Now, if you ain't getting no rebounds, the other team slowing down and they scoring, now that shot, every shot that you missed is kept going, put more and more pressure.
Right. Now, I will say this: what can hurt Toronto is if, to me, the coaching staff. If you come into this game and you're not ready for the moment, if you come in this game and you just get out-coached, I think Toronto can do a lot of situations in this series and come out victorious, especially in game. I got them winning game 1. But if Nick Nurse, if you come out there and you don't really exert yourself as a coach as far as lineups, matchups, pace, tempo, something that has to decide that something that Golden State is going to have to change about how they play you and how they're going to defend you. If you don't, kind of like how we saw going into the playoffs, we look at the San Diego Chargers and how they were playing, and Anthony Lynn and their crew. But when they got to the Patriots, they looked at out-coached. We know that the San Diego Chargers had a very talented team. They could have went out there and gave the Patriots a better game, but they looked at out-coached by Anthony Lynn. They looked at the moment was a little bit too big for them. And they looked at they got out-coached and they got beat from start to finish in that game. If Nick Nurse don't come out there and coach a game that makes the Golden State Warriors have to change something about what they like to do and kind of help them defend what they're going to do well and how to defend them a little well, then I can see where people thinking sweep. People thinking, this is not going to be a good series for Toronto. That's going to be a big deal in this series. That's just one of the things I kind of picked up and I noticed. Nick Nurse got to act like, hey, listen, him and his staff got to really be prepared to make the adjustments and make things what Golden State like to do, kind of alter what they're going to do a little bit and help make sure that they take the time and, hey, y'all got to defend us too. Y'all got to defend Danny Green in that open shot. Y'all got to defend Fred VanVleet. Y'all got to defend Kyle Lowry on the open buckets. Make sure Kyle Lowry, even though if he's not making shots, being aggressive. You see what I'm saying? Because if they don't do that, then the coaching staff of Toronto could be their weakest link. Just saying.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you this, Coach N, while we're on the subject of basketball. Houston comes out there. Dan Morris says, there's reports out there. Dan Morris says a lot of the players, are all up for evaluation. Anybody can really be traded or replaced. There's a lot of discussion about, obviously it's been reported that they ended the negotiations with Mike D'Antoni. He's going to finish out the last season of his contract. But do you think CP3 is going to be traded this summer? You think this is the summer that the Houston Rockets make a big deal and trade CP3 this offseason? What do you think was going to take place with the Houston Rockets this summer?
To be honest?
Yeah.
Who wants CP3?
Oh, great question. Great question.
Who wants CP3, and what do you think you're going to get back in value for CP3? Because if you think you're going to get DeMar DeRozan You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get an A list. You're not going to get a B list. You might get like a C.
Right.
You're not going to get nobody that's up and coming.
Right.
So that cancels that. The only team who would make a trade in that situation like that might be, shit, I don't even know.
That's a lot of money to try to overhaul. CP3 is owed 30. He's owed $120 million over the next 3 seasons. That's a lot of money. $38 million next season. I think $40 million the following season. I think 41. He has a player option, which I can't see in my mind that he don't opt in for $41 million. CP3 is going to be 34 this year. I think next year he's going to be 35. Then after that he's going to be 36. Then he's going to be 37 with the $41 million option. I mean, I don't see how a team trades for that kind of deal. I just don't see how.
The only team that comes to mind that I can see possibly doing something like that, and it'll be more tickets sales than anything, which, you know, I understand it's a business side too. But the only team I can see doing something like that might be a team like the Kings, who say, hey, we got a young point guard. We'll give you De'Aaron Fox. Give us CP3. Now I could put CP3 with these young up and comer, a Marvin Bagley,
right,
a Buddy Hill. Show them how to win. You know, and hey, we got a top notch player coming in. Do something. Maybe the Timberwolves.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see how Minnesota
I'm
does
saying,
that kind of deal.
The return that you're gonna get. And see, this is why I was so against them getting the Rockets getting CP3 in the first place. Because all right, now it's 2 years, 3 years since he's been with them.
2 seasons.
3 seasons. Look up what you had to give up to get him. Then look where you at now. You got him. You had to pay him. You stuck with him, but he got a ridiculous contract.
Right.
Who gonna take him?
Who won't take it?
And what you gonna get? What you gonna get in return? Because you're not gonna get nothing close in return to him. You might get 2 or 3 players and 3 players might could possibly eat up to him. If you're thinking about doing something like that, then you like, all right, you're thinking cap space wise,
right?
But if you miss out on signing somebody, then you messed up,
right? See, I think there's one team dumb enough to do it, and now don't mind me when I say this because I just think that this organization is in disarray. I think this organization is in flames, and I think that they're gonna do something very desperate and very stupid. And so far, they've been stupid so far. I think the stupidness doesn't stop with them. And that's just the Los Angeles Lakers. I just think they're an organization in dysfunction and disarray. And I think they will make some I think their stupidity doesn't stop. I think that they would actually trade for Chris Paul. I think that they looking at this situation and they're saying to themselves, I don't think a free agent in a right mind is going to voluntarily sign with them, even with the maximum cap space that they can add with a LeBron James. So to me, I look at the situation as they got to trade for a potential max contract player. You know, I'm not saying he's a max player, but he's a max contract player. They probably trade Lonzo Ball and Josh Hart and a protected first-round pick for 2020. They're going to probably keep their 4th pick, and they trade for Chris Paul. You know, when you put a max contract guy next to LeBron James, and I think the Lakers were the only dominant organization in sports that would do it. You know,
but hold on. Let me tell you something, Fred. If they do that, that is not dumb on the Lakers' part. Because think about it. Your window to win a championship with LeBron James is not as big as what you might wish it to be.
Right.
You're gonna get instant chemistry with them two together.
Correct. That's my thing.
Then you got the
they keep the 4th pick.
You keep the 4th pick, You trying to tell me I'm just losing Hart and
Lonzo.
I'm just losing Hart and Lonzo.
Trade 2020.
I could draft the kid out of Vanderbilt.
Darius Garland.
Yeah, the best shooter in the draft.
Yeah.
I could draft him or Cam. I get to keep Kuzma, Brandon Ingram, and possibly sign DeMarcus Cousins. Shit.
As I said, if there's one organization, to me, dumb enough to make the deal, but here's my thing, though, kid. Here's my thing, Coach. Everything you just said sounds great and positive. Like, you could get DeMarcus Cousins. You got Chris Paul in. You draft Cam Reddish or Darius Garland at 4th overall. You get one of the best shooters in this draft. You know, because they're going to keep the 4th overall pick. But you just freed up $28 million for Houston. Because Houston would trade off that $38 million. I think Lonzo is on the hook for 8. And I think Josh Hart is on the hook for 2 this year. So you're going to kind of free up $28 million for Houston. To me, if I'm the Houston Rockets right now, you lost the last 4 out of 5 playoff series against Golden State. And you lost that one against San Antonio. To me, trading James Harden makes no sense because you'll never get equal value out of that guy. That guy is the cornerstone for the franchise. It is what it is. But when you free up $28 million, to me, now look at the Houston Rockets. There's no other free agent. Because to me, you got to get into this free agent pool this summer because these are where the best free agents are at. If you're trying to put somebody next to James Harden, to me, I think if you're Dan Marlin, you got to be all in on getting one guy. And if you can get him, I think you need to be all chips on deck. And moving Chris Paul be the first order of business. I would definitely move him to the Lakers to be the first order of business. But the first order of business needs to be is that I would do best in my power to see if I can get Kevin Durant in the Houston Rocket uniform.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. You got to free up that $28 million. You send Chris Paul over there with LeBron James. You take the $28 million and whatever other cap space you could create, and you let him know, guess what, buddy? You can come out here and play with Harden. And everybody else in this rock, that means trade Clint Capella to get splash space, so be it.
To me, I think it's a win-win on both sides. Because all right, the chances of the Lakers signing 2 max players are not good right now.
Not good right now. Not good.
But that cap space is not going to roll over to the next year, and the free agency crop is not going to be as good next year.
Facts.
So you're trying to tell me you could potentially have 3 established people, one up and coming, one, you got to see what Brandon, if he comes back healthy or not, what you get out of him, and lottery pick. Right.
Well, to me, you take Darius Garland out of Andy. Or to me, I'll probably take Cam Reddish because I think he's a taller guy. But there's no wrong pick there. If you take one of those 2 guys, there's no wrong pick.
Right. And then you fill the rest of the team with people like JJ Redick, Nick Young. People who can get their own shots. Little hustle glue guys, stuff that can fit in what you're trying to do. Yeah. And then you get 2 high IQ guys. And then this think about it. If I'm the Lakers, I'm thinking about it this way. LeBron, you don't have to have the ball now.
You don't.
What have I been saying for the past couple of years? If you ever get LeBron in a situation where he does not have to have the ball all the time and can be an off-ball player with his IQ, oh my God, watch out. It's over with.
It's over with. Because he can
don't get it twisted.
He can still beat you when he needs to beat you. Because by him not having a ball in his hand, he can get the shot when he wants to. He can set up his shot, but not as that. But you're going to get a better defensive LeBron because he doesn't have to have the ball in his hand.
And here's the thing. James Harden was a better player with Chris Paul.
Right.
The key fact is because he didn't have to have the ball.
Correct.
He had somebody who's going to get the ball to him.
Right.
And set him up like he wants. But now you got somebody who they best of friends.
Right.
You don't think they don't play basketball together all the time?
Right.
Come on now.
Right. Right.
Come on now.
Come on now. Yeah.
To me, and then it's one of those situations where if somebody is sitting back looking like, you know what, I will sign with them.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, like, look, you might get that. Let's say you don't get Cousins, but you get Jimmy Butler. Well, shit, you can fill in that 5.
Yeah. You can get Tyson Chandler back. You go out there on the bench, you go find a guy like Kim Bazemore, if he's a free agent, come on down here.
Yeah.
You get a guy of that caliber, come off the bench for you, give you some buckets. Shit.
Look, you go get a Jaleel Okafor. Look. Yeah. You ain't the Section 8, but you got skills to where, like, if I dump it inside, you can score. You don't have to be an elite defender, but look, get this rebounded up, and we gonna play ball. You know, stuff like that.
Something like that,
dude. It did. Think about it like this way: you weaken the Rockets now, because you know where the ball got to be. You also, the Warriors just got weakened because they losing. They losing 2.
They losing KD. They losing 2 guys to me this summer. Yeah, they losing 2 guys.
Yeah, they losing 2, and most of the people probably going to
the East.
The East. But then let's play devil advocate. Let's say Toronto lose this final.
Right.
Okay. Kawhi comes to LA like he's been wanting, and let's say, look, LeBron is that guy. He got the magic phrase. They make the trade for Chris Paul. Now you got Chris Paul, Kawhi, and LeBron on the same damn team. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I got wing defenders and a defender at point guard, and I got high IQ guys. I got guys that don't mind deferring to other people. And then I got a young Kuzma. I got the 4th overall pick.
Yeah.
Man, watch out.
It's
like dice, baby. If the right look, you could be down, you could be down. You place the right bet, the right number come out on the road. You go from being in the hole of G to being up 5.
Yeah, to me, they're not gonna just naturally sign a free agent that's gonna just come walk in here. Now, I think Kawhi Leonard may stay in Toronto, but to me, that max contract guy's coming via trade. And to me, the guy is Chris Paul. You trade Lonzo Ball, you trade Josh Hart, you send him down into Houston. Because see, Houston is saying to themselves, I got to get off this agreement with Chris Paul because they can't get nowhere. Dan Murray looking at the roster and he's looking at the cap and saying to himself, I can't get any better. I got to free up money. And it starts with the CP3. You send Lonzo and Josh Hart down there, you get Chris Paul back, and the Lakers probably said to themselves, listen, I'm going to do a protected lottery pick. If it's top 5, screw you. I'm going to keep that. But if it ain't top 5, by all means, you can have the pick. You know what I mean? For 2020. You keep your 4th overall pick in yourself. You draft the best shooter in the draft. And you keep the guy. You don't trade the guy. You keep the guy on the team.
But if you can do that and possibly trade a guy for somebody else.
See, I know the Lakers be thinking because LeBron James in the front office. LeBron James will get the people to trade for Kevin Love or something, man.
Get Kevin Love, but you can trade for Chris Middleton.
Yeah.
See? You get
yeah. See, now we think, Coach. Now we thinking. Yeah, you get the middle.
It's like Pornhub, baby. You got a whole bunch of categories, and you could only watch one video at a time, baby.
Yeah. You get a Chris Middleton down there. Oh yeah, boy, you got a buck. Or you trade the 4th pick, and you get a Bradley Beal.
Hey.
You get a Bradley Beal.
Hey.
You call Washington.
Hey.
Let me get Bradley Beal out. Now you got CP3. You got Bradley Beal. You got LeBron. You got Kyle Kuzma. You get Brandon Ingram off the bench.
Oh, all right. Here we go. Let's get sexy. Let's get sexier. You trade for Chris Paul. You sign Kemba Walker and say, Kemba, look, you can play the 2.
The 2.
You can play the 2 on the 1, depending on the matchup.
Magic, right?
You got LeBron. I got an elite backcourt that can score. I got an elite wing player. Oh, I still got the fourth pick. And I got Kyle Kuzma.
Right.
I can go out and say, hey, Kent Baseball coach on the squad. I can go out and find a center. You don't have to be sexy.
No.
Something serviceable. I could go play the veteran free agency market. Hey, Marc Gasol, look, you only got a 1-year deal.
Come on, I'll let you boy.
Come back to the West.
Brook Lopez come back.
Brook Lopez, holla at your boy.
I'll let your boy. Magic not here no more. I'm going to give you some money. Come play with LeBron.
Holla at your boy.
Come shoot.
You going to make a run. Holla at your boy.
Yeah. You look at a lot of situations there, and you start asking yourself, you know, what can be done? What moves can be made? Because you start asking yourself, you know.
And look, I'm gonna say something. It's gonna sound stupid, but it's gonna be realistic when people think about it. You get Chris Paul and CP3. You get CP3 and LeBron on the same team via the trade.
I think that happens.
Guess who's gonna make a phone call?
Who?
Hey, LeBron, yeah, man, this Melo, baby. Look.
You see, we was on the right path, and I don't want Melo in my team.
But here's the thing, though, Fred. He looking at all this. He understand basketball too. Melo only care about one thing, and one thing only.
Melo care about Melo.
Checks, baby.
Now Kevin Jones says don't trade him. Now Kevin Jones, let me know who you say don't trade. Let me know who you talking about. Don't trade CP3, or don't trade for who? Let me know who he's naming for. Because if I'm the Houston Rockets, I'm Dan Marver. Hey, CP3's out of here. This is the summer he got to go. $38 million. Hey, look, you're going to LA.
But then here's the thing. Here's the thing I don't think people giving Dan Marley credit for.
Right.
Dan Marley has realized that, look, we will not win as long as James Harden is our best player and Chris Paul is our second best player.
We agree.
We can't win.
Can't win.
But James Harden is young.
Right.
If I can get him off and pair him with like Alonzo Ball, something like that. Okay.
Who's a good defender? Not a great score, but good defender.
We can. You know what I'm saying? Look, we ain't gonna defend work the shit from the backcourt, but hey, I got a defender in Capella who's gonna run the court. I could go find the next Ariza since because I had to let him go with the CP3 trade in the first place. You know, I can mix and match and make this something. But I don't have money, and for the past 4 seasons, the Rockets have been players in free agents. This is the first year that they cannot be players in free agents. They don't know what to do. Chris Paul does not make it out of this situation
alive as a Rocket.
Or I'll tell you who another team who might say, you know what, let's make it happen. The Philadelphia 76ers might say, hey, look, give us that old nigga. We got these young motherfuckers. Y'all can have Eric Bledsoe. Y'all can have Marquise Fultz.
They ought to trade it for.
We'll give you.
They ought to trade it for. In Orlando.
What folks at?
In Orlando. They ought to trade him. Elton Brandon.
Well, you can't make that call there.
Now,
make that call.
Now, Jared said this. Real talk. In Doc and Jerry West, I trust. Watch out for the Clippers free agency.
But Chris Paul, I don't see Chris Paul wanting to go back there.
Chris Paul not going to get traded back to the Clippers. I don't see how that happened. I don't see how that happened.
He left. I don't see.
I
don't see them wanting to go back to Avenue because.
Now look at this way. Now look at this way, Coach. Now look at this way. Let's say you trade CP3 to LA to the Lakers, Alonzo and Josh Hart, right?
Mm-hmm.
Take the 4th pick. Now, I'm not saying this is a guarantee. I'm just playing little, sci-fi here, okay? You don't get a Bradley Beal. Would Detroit call you? and say, let me get a 4 pick out you, and I'll give you Blake Griffin. But I want Ingram too.
Man, and I'm telling you, go suck the dick that came off 4th Street with that dick. Oh man, that is bad as hell. Look,
leave him in Detroit, huh?
Nah. Let's say Indiana calls. Like, hey, what's up with that 4th pick?
Give me Oladipo.
I'm like, what's up with Mr. 360? Well, we want Ingram. Well, we want Miles Turner.
Hey.
Let's play. Hey.
I see something.
Talk? Let's talk.
I mean, that's a good call. You call up and say, listen, I'm going to give you the 4th pick and you know.
All that good shit, which is going to turn into yours anyway, because we're not going to land into the top 5.
Right.
Turner, Oladipo, have fun.
If you're Rob Pelinka, I hope you listen to the show. We're giving you great nuggets, Rob Pelinka. If you listen to the show, Rob Pelinka, somebody please get Rob Pelinka on the show. Rob Pelinka, I hope you're listening.
I know y'all got that. Look, if you got that assistant GM spot open, holler at your boy. I can make it happen.
We're doing a lot for you, Rob Pelinka, right now. We're giving you a lot of scenarios that could be possibilities for the Lakers. I hope Rob Pelinka.
And it's all going to make it sexy for you.
I hope you listen. Give Rob Pelinka all the nuggets. Right here on FanView Live. Doing his job. You're lucky you're in Michigan.
What's your all right? What's the name? Kemba Walker is a free agent coming up, correct?
But he's eligible for the Supermax now. So the Charlotte Hornets could offer him the most money.
Yeah, but look, if I'm LeBron, hey Rich, holler at that boy.
I talk to him. Gotta sit down with him.
Hey, holler at that boy. Look, hey, tell him, look, this is where it's at. You're gonna get the Supermax. You're gonna be in a situation that you've never been in your life. You're gonna be winning. In a medium frizzy.
You'll be around winning.
Come on. You're gonna have a running mate. You're gonna have somebody that's playing small forward who not just defending.
That's a good possibility there.
Holla at your boy. Holla at your boy.
So we both would probably in agreement that CP3 is somewhere out of Houston this summer. I think, again, the scenario is he ends up back in LA, but not with the Clippers, but with the Lakers. Lonzo Ball and Josh Hart in the 2020 pick, protected or unprotected, is rolling to Houston. And the Houston Rockets free up $28 million. But here's the question. If you're the Houston Rockets with that abundance in cap space, you got to be all in on Kevin Durant. I think if you're Dan Morey and if you think you're the best general manager in the NBA, I think you got to be all chips on deck to get KD down there with James Harden to reunite these guys to try to go back at it, try to compete for the NBA Finals. I think if the Houston Rockets trade Chris Paul this summer, which I think they should do under all circumstances, whether they can't get a Kevin Durant or not, they should trade him. They should do the scenario that we just said for coaching. But you got to get a guy somehow, some way, that's a free agent to come down there and be a young moving force for that team. If you can't get a Kevin Durant, which I think they need to be all chips on deck. I think if you need to offer him the keys to the city, get KD in Houston. If you can't get him, because somehow, some way, the Toronto Raptors win this NBA Finals, like you may say, if they win the game at Oracle, I think Kawhi Leonard stays put. I think it's very hard for a guy who won the NBA Finals to say, I'm out. I think that's
crazier things have happened.
Crazier things have happened now. I'm not saying that that's not a possibility, but it's hard to say that I'm out. You know what I mean? I'm out. You know, I just want to finals for y'all. You know, I think that he's eligible for obviously a max. The max would be on the table. He can't get a super max because he got traded there. He's not originally from there. He hasn't been to 3 all NBA teams prior to. So they're gonna offer him whatever they need to offer him. So I think it would be hard for Kawhi Leonard to move if he's not off the max. But you got to be all in on, to me, if you trade CP3. If you can't get a KD or a Kawhi Leonard, who else you gonna get to play with Harden? I mean, you talking about Kyrie Irving? I mean, you got the same situation. You talking about picking up Kyrie Irving and who else? You know what I mean? Jimmy Butler? You still got Dan Tony as head coach. You out there trying to shoot 53s a game. Then you got to start to evaluate the Clint Capella contract. You know, is that contract worth trying to trade to get somebody down there in Houston? Because is it really paying huge dividends?
And then I'm gonna tell you one day too. The Lakers got a coach in Frank Vogel. Mm-hmm. Is he a sexy name? Nah.
No.
But how we forget how this guy made Roy Hibbert an All-Star.
An All-Star.
Put Paul George on the map.
Yeah.
Made Danny Granger a force again. And got the most out of George Hill, Nick Collison. And anybody did in their career.
I think Teague was there too. I think he got the most out of Jeff Teague too.
Teague came when he got let go.
Okay. So Teague was there with McMillan there now.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? So the guy could coach. It's just like they had horrible draft after horrible draft, and the GM got rid of everybody except Paul George, and then Paul George had that horrific injury.
Right. They had David West there. They had David West there. Yeah.
He made David West still
an all-star.
Look sexy.
Yeah, look sexy.
So I mean, the guy can do what he can get the best out of mediocre players. Yeah. And guess what? He's one of the few guys who's had to coach against LeBron and had to come up with a way to stop him. Now he didn't stop him every game.
No.
But he made it hard for LeBron.
Made it hard for him.
The Pacers was a hard out.
Made it hard for him. That's a fact.
You got him with a nice roster. Oh man, what I'm telling you, it's quiet as kept.
Quiet as kept.
It's gonna be. And then you got a Jason Kidd too.
Yeah, that could be something that could be said for Jason Kidd still being there. And to me, I've always had the utmost respect for Brian Shaw as a coach.
Yeah,
I like Brian Shaw, man. I really do, man. I really wish at some point in time, if Alvin Gentry get let go, which I think he should. I think he's not the problem currently, but at some point in time, I would love to see Brian Shaw down here in New Orleans. I think he's a heck of a
he can't see. That's the problem. I think Brian Shaw is that forever assistant because when he was
a head coach in Denver,
he had him doing good, but then he just didn't have the respect of the team for the leadership. I mean, whenever you break, it's like 5 more games. You know what I'm saying? On national TV with cameras around you, that's why he got fired.
Right.
I don't see nobody say, who I think needs to get a shot again is Mark Jackson. I don't care. I don't care. When you look at that Warriors team, you got to look at him.
That's it. It starts with Mark Jackson. You look at that team, you say, man, Mark Jackson put a heck of a team together. That's Steve Kerr. No, that's Mark Jackson. Yeah, you got to look at Mark Jackson.
And that's it. That was. I just going off subject. That's what makes me mad about the NBA. How does Frank Vogel get a shot at a job before Mark Jackson?
I agree with that. Shit.
How was that Tony still coaching and Mark Jackson architected the team, got the respect of all the players, and can't get another coach job?
To me,
I don't understand it.
it's either he can't. For me, that bothers me, or to me, I think that Mark Jackson is looking at a situation where he wants the best opportunity at the job. I think that he's probably waiting now and said, "Listen, I'm gonna take the job. I want to be here from start to finish, and I want to be able to finish where I started." And I don't think that really opportunity has really presented itself. But to me, if you're the Lakers, I don't see how, if you couldn't get Tyronn Lue, you don't call Mark Jackson. And to me, it's just so disrespectful to offer a coach a 3-year deal. And at the end of the day, the guy you fired had got a 5-year deal. And everyone knows that the standard is a 5-year deal for the head coach. The Lakers being cheap about this, and I just found that to be very disrespectful. That's just me. The guy should have been offered a 5-year deal. And I think that if you can't get a Tyronn Lue, I think Mark Jackson would have been a great fit for that situation down there in LA. Because the Lakers need a coach that believes that, nothing against Frank Vogel, I think he's a heck of a coach. But this team is used to having a coach that, when all the pieces are all together, they need a guy who can keep it together and get everybody to understand how to play at a championship level. This is why you went out there and got a Phil Jackson, and you did. You had a Pat Riley for the Showtime Lakers. They're gonna need a guy.
But that's it. but that's it. People feel like the diehard Laker fans.
Yeah.
I hate to bust your bubble, but it's only been 2 coaches that's won championships for you.
Phil Jackson, Pat Riley.
That's it.
That's it.
That's two Hall of Fame guys.
That's it.
When them guys not coaching, y'all have never won a championship. Damn the players. Y'all have always had elite players, but let's call it what it is.
Yeah, you're bad.com.
Maybe this might be the turn for him.
Now Marty B said this. Who y'all got tonight? He got the Toronto Raptors in 7. Marty B, Toronto Raptors. Woo! I got Toronto tonight. I got the Warriors in 6 though.
Hey, I will stick by what I say. The Warriors, if the Raptors win a game in Arco, ring me up.
Coach Ian says this: if the Toronto Raptors wins a game in Oracle, crown the Raptors. Crown the Raptors.
I'm telling you, I'm calling it.
Called it before the season started. Before the season started.
I'm calling it like Big Luther can say.
I can't argue that one. If Toronto Raptors win the game in Oracle, it's the Toronto Raptors be champions. Right now, I got the Golden State Warriors in 6. That bad man, number 2, is Kawhi Leonard. I think he has a vendetta against that team. I think he's out to prove to a lot of people and around the NBA circles, not for media, not for fans, but just his abilities, that I'm the best player on the floor. And I think me and the troops that I got with me can beat that particular team. I think he does have a better supporting cast, but obviously we both know he don't have the better coaching staff that he had in San Antonio. Greg Popovich has been one of the best coaching staffs around the NBA for probably arguably the past 2 decades. But I think he does have a better supporting cast in Toronto than he had in San Antonio. And I think that guy Kawhi Leonard's out to let the people know that he's on the floor with that. I'm the best player on the floor, and we got a shot to beat you people. I owe y'all some for being down 2 seasons ago in San Antonio. And I had you down 23 points in the 3rd quarter. I think he's out to prove that. Like I said, this guy here, the 99 2000 corn braids in his head, the 97 towel, the 2-decade-old swag. Kawhi Leonard taking over for the 19 to 2020, baby. With the 1999 swag.
That's what it is, man. Yeah. Call it like it is.
Call it like it is. You know what I mean? He here to take over, baby. He here to bring that old swag back. Ain't nobody in the league wearing braids, man. Kawhi Leonard, man.
Man, I'm gonna call and say this. Toronto win the game in Oracle. They win it. They gonna win it. They win the championship. And Drake gonna have number 1 album in the year.
Drake gonna have a whole song called The 6.
He already got one. It's gonna be the 6
part 2, man.
With my woes. The 6 with my woes with a ring.
Right. Who guarding Drake? That's what I want to know. Who guarding Drake? You know Drake courtside, baby. Drake like the 6th man on the floor. Who is guarding Drake courtside?
I'll tell you. Look, I'm gonna make a crazy prediction. Drake is gonna get Draymond Green to get a technical foul.
Huh? It's going
Drake
down in
gonna
the
get
6.
Draymond Green to get a technical foul. He gonna talk all that shit. Draymond gonna be like, "Man, I'm from sagging off. I'm tough." Drake gonna be like, "Hey, we in the 6. You might not make it to sagging off again."
Talking real mess. You talking real mess.
Real
reckless over
grimy.
there.
Hey, and Drake might play some games. Drake might mess around and have a chick that look like Alicia Curry on the sideline.
Yeah.
A chick that a chick that Clay mess with, and a chick that Draymond mess with, all sitting next to him courtside.
It's going down in the North, baby. It's going down. I need to know who guarding. Y'all let me know who guarding Drake tonight, man. Don't tell me who guarding Kawhi. Who guarding Drake?
These motherfuckers might pull out Jon Snow.
You never know.
King of the North.
King of the North. Never know. It's going down in the 6, man. It's going down in the 6. Especially if they come up victorious.
Hey, the 6 might be get changed to the duck off, baby.
Duck off,
baby.
baby.
Down in the duck off.
Going down in the duck off. It's going to go down in the duck off. Game 1. You know he could be standing ovation in there. Going down. Golden State better be ready. You better come ready. Because it's going to be federal. And to me, I would say this here. I think this is the one series that I believe in my heart of hearts. If I don't believe nothing else about this, I do believe this. We watch Golden State, as long as we've been watching these guys for the past 5 seasons, we've always believed that there's no lead that's unsafe. You've always watched this team and realized, man, they can come down from 15 points, 17 points on any team. I think this is the only team that they're exempt from that. I don't think they get down 17 points against this team. They get down 19 points against this team. I think they're done. I think you can pack the bags in. I think this is the only team that they're going to play. If they get down 17 points, 19 points in the second half, wrap them up. They won't come back.
Jurassic Park is going to be lit.
It's going to be lit, man. Well, listen, Coach Henry, we got about 3 minutes before we wrap the show, man. Any closing remarks?
Man, the Saints ain't listen to me last week. Call Cincinnati. Get Jeremy Carr in there.
Get AJ Green, baby. You get AJ Green with Mike Thomas, boy. It's on. It's on the pop.
Get AJ, get Jeremy Carr in, and let's hold up the Lombardi, man.
I gotta agree with that. Listen, man, we could if my New Orleans Saints can get a Jerry McCoy in the for Sheldon Rankins, obviously till he gets back healthy, and you could get a guy you can make a trade for AJ Green. You can put him next to Mike Thomas, man. Let me tell you something. You got Jared Cook. You already know you got Alvin Kamara coming out that backfield. You got Tay again and kind of stretch that defense out. You still got Traquan Smith, who's that rookie. And I don't know how maybe Cam Medvedev don't make the roster, but that's no here nor there. With that bad man,
he gonna make
it.
He gonna make it.
He gonna make it.
Cam gonna make it.
Yeah, with that bad man in number 9, who's the most accurate quarterback in NFL history. Watch out, man. Watch out. That part I do know. We got Ernest. Says it's Toronto for life. I live in Montreal. Now listen, man. The world on y'all tonight, man.
Man, hey,
y'all, baby.
You in Montreal, baby. Hey,
you in Montreal, baby? Listen.
Share. Tell your boys that we root for you, man.
Listen, man. Game 1, I got y'all tonight, man. I got the North tonight.
I got y'all for the series. Fuck tonight. Y'all just got to win one little encore for your boy.
I got y'all tonight. You got the best guy on the floor, Kawhi Leonard. I got Toronto tonight in the 6. But I would say this, before I close the remarks, I want to give a shout out to Juwan Howard, man. I got a chance to watch his press conference on Twitter. Being introduced as the Michigan head basketball coach, man. And I know a lot of times coaching, we interview a lot of these kids, man, who going to high school. That we had some of these kids commit on this show. We watch kids. You being a D-line coach, you've been watch several kids that you coach get D1 scholarships. We all see kids get into their emotions, get to the field when they get a chance to select the university of choice that they're going to, man. It's a proud moment for those kids. But to watch Juwan Howard, man, up there at the press conference, being introduced as the Michigan head basketball coach, and everything being part of the Fab Five in the 3 seasons that he was at Michigan basketball, the pro career that he had, which is a pretty good pro career, and him learning how to become a coach with the Miami Heat, to come back to get his first head coaching opportunity at his alma mater and watch him on that podium cry emotional tears was to me what sports is about, man. Whether Juwan Howard was successful or unsuccessful as a college basketball coach for the University of Michigan, the energy and the passion and the emotion that I saw from a coach was that's what I watch sports for. To me, Juwan Howard did it for me. When I watched that, I was like, man, that's what that's about. You coming back to the alma mater, you being able to coach for that university, man. What you did for the University of Michigan. Congratulations for Juwan Howard, man. You don't see many coaches go out there and get introduced and have that kind of emotion, man. So that's one of my closing remarks, man. Congratulations for Juwan Howard. Congratulations to the University of Michigan for getting that guy. Nothing against the guy who just left for the Cleveland Cavaliers. He took them to two NCAA championships. One I think a year ago, and the other year when he had Trey Burke and he had Tim Hardaway and Glenn Rice on the third. He did an outstanding job. But for Juwan Howard to get introduced, man, I think that's a big deal for me.
Most definitely.
I heard it says, man, yes, man, Montreal for life, respect, bro. Hey, listen, man, spotlight on y'all tonight, man. Listen, all I gotta say is when it comes to Toronto, the talent is there. Everybody on your team knows their assignments, know their roles going into this series. This is up to Nick Noose and the coaching staff and getting everybody else ready to play some basketball and get ready to make some adjustments, man. I'm looking great for good NBA Finals.
Man, make sure you like, share, and subscribe all up in Montreal, baby.
Montreal, baby. Listen, y'all are Montreal fans up there. Like the page, like FanView Live, man. Listen, like the page, subscribe to the page, man. Listen, we're going to be back next Thursday, man. FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports. New Orleans Talk Network. Subscribe to our FanView Live page if you're on Facebook. Subscribe to our FanView Live page if you're on IG or on YouTube. And subscribe to us on FanView NOLA. Listen, I'm your boy, Fred.
Coach Hurricane here.
Back at it again, baby. Hope we see you in the studio next week, baby.
Sir. Yeah, man, we get this call.
Listen, call me, let me know how it go, man.
Blake Litters, if you hear me, I need you, baby.
Y'all have a great night, man. Tune in next week, man, 6 p.m. We out.
Well, what's up, everybody? This boy, Coach Hurricane here. You can follow me on Facebook at Henry Singleton or on Twitter at HenryHayoU15.
Listen, this is your boy, Fred. Listen, you can follow me on Facebook at Brandon Fred Jones, or you can follow me on Twitter at BFred Jones.
This is Jeremiah Gray, man, with GSportz. You can follow me on Facebook, Jeremiah Gray, A.K.A. G, and on Twitter, G_paid in full 08.